Constitution, the Canadian Constitution, is made up of two acts. So we have the Constitution Act of 1867. That was the piece of law that actually established Canada. So what this act did was say, okay, here are the things that we want the federal government to be in charge of, and here are the things that we want provincial governments to be in charge of. Because we know we vote federally and we vote provincially. Well, why do we do that? Because we have federal lawmakers and we have provincial lawmakers. If the federal government makes a law about a local issue, so something that is not one of its prescribed powers, that law is what we call ultra vires, so it has no power, it has no force or effect, and would likely be struck down. This division of powers was talking about this first act of 1867. Now I'm going to move on to the second act of 1982. The reason that the Constitution is much more serious than other forms of law is because it's very, very, very hard to change the Constitution. Legislation is pretty easy to change. Government changes over regularly, laws are drafted and changed, and bills are passed all the time. Legislation is a moving target. The Constitution, you can't just vote at a legislature sitting one day and have change. The amending formula is a process that the government would have to go through if they wanted to change the Constitution. We had the Bill of Rights a little bit earlier, I think it was in the 60s, which gave all kinds of rights under that bill or piece of law. In 1982 is when those rights got put into the Constitution. We know that's important. Why? Because the Constitution is very hard to change. Exactly. So once these rights got put into our Constitution, they were solidified, and we can rely a lot more on the fact that they're entrenched and exist. You have, I think I put the exhaustive list. Yeah, so you have democratic rights. That means you have the right to vote. You have the right to practice whatever religion you want to practice. You have the right to move wherever you want to move. You have the right to not be discriminated against for protected ground like race or age. Your rights, your charter rights, your right to religion, your right to equality, your right to freedom of expression is what it is in Canada. It's not free speech. It's a little bit more broad, covers writing, it covers all forms of expression, are between you and the government. So remember when we were learning about private law and public law, constitutional law was on the public side. So that means it's between the government, so this Constitution, this law, and the citizen. That means you can't assert free speech in private scenarios. If it's not the government trying to limit your speech, then you can have restricted speech.